Hi, Whitney Morgan here, Hashimoto's coach, licensed acupuncturist, and functional medicine practitioner. Back in 2022, I shared my top 4 favorite things about the Dutch test. If you missed it, search my channel for the video and check it out. Fast forward to today, and this tool has evolved into something even more powerful, especially when working with thyroid dysfunction. I now consider the Dutch test a non-negotiable in my practice. Now, you simply can't assess thyroid health in isolation. What's happening in the HPA axis, or the adrenals, impacts thyroid function directly through hormone production, conversion, and cellular sensitivity. When it comes to creating strategies for hormone balancing, there's a hierarchy of assessment: adrenal health, thyroid function, and then sex hormones. And here's the thing: what happens in the HPA axis doesn't stay there. This isn't Vegas. Stress hormones, cortisol imbalances, adrenal burnout, they all spill into the thyroid's domain and influence every piece of the metabolic puzzle. Hormone signaling can be disrupted, T4 and T3 levels decline, thyroid hormone conversion is impaired, and the thyroid hormone you do have can have a harder time getting into your cells. When I combine Dutch results with a full thyroid panel, it's like flipping on the lights. Suddenly, I can see where inflammation, hormone resistance, poor detoxification, or nutrient gaps are blocking healing. And then I can tailor the protocol with precision. Before I jump into what's new in the Dutch, here's a quick reminder of what my 4 favorite things were in 2022. First, unlike saliva testing, the Dutch reveals both metabolized and free cortisol levels. Second, the Dutch provides critical information about estrogen metabolization. Third, in addition to DHEA and testosterone, the Dutch looks at the androgen metabolites. Finally, the Dutch measures a handful of valuable organic acids to provide insight into nutrient status, detoxification, and neurotransmitters. Now let's talk about what's new and why I love it. These added and updated markers bring a whole new level of insight, especially when working with thyroid cases. The expanded Dutch now includes cortisol clearance, estrogen detox ratios, 5-alpha androstenediol, and a few more organic acids: biotin, indican, and quinolinate. Let's look at them one at a time. First, cortisol clearance. Instead of just measuring output, we now get insight into how quickly your body clears cortisol. Fast clearance can indicate hyperthyroidism or insulin resistance. Slow clearance might suggest poor liver function, hypothyroidism, or a breakdown in HPA communication. The estrogen metabolite ratios help me evaluate not just how much estrogen is present, but how safely your body is processing it. A preference for 4-hydroxy or 16-hydroxy over the more favorable 2-hydroxy can increase cancer risk, tissue growth like fibroids, tumors, and endometriosis, and also increase systemic inflammation. And point to some of the root causes, often genetics, poor nutrition, toxic burden, or gut inflammation. Now, until recently, the Dutch only measured 5-alpha androstenediol for men, but now it's available for women too. This potent androgen metabolite is incredibly helpful when evaluating things like impaired libido, hair changes, PCOS, or mood issues. Now, one of the new organic acid markers evaluates biotin status. Biotin is tricky. Too little can contribute to hair loss, fatigue, and brittle nails, while too much, especially from supplements, can skew thyroid labs and make it harder to spot true dysfunction. Then there's indican, which is a direct gut check. High levels point to poor protein digestion, gut dysbiosis, and gut inflammation, all of which can be a downstream effect of sluggish thyroid function. And then finally, there's quinolinate. This is one of my favorite new markers. It reflects neuroinflammation and helps explain symptoms like brain fog, low mood, or anxiety, all of which are common in thyroid dysfunction. High quinolinate can also point to blood-brain barrier issues, a common byproduct of leaky gut. Now, the Dutch test has always been valuable, but this new version, it's more essential than ever, especially if you're dealing with persistent thyroid symptoms that are not alleviated by medication. Thanks for watching. If this video was helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an episode. And if you want to go even deeper with thyroid education, gluten-free recipes, and functional medicine tips delivered straight to your inbox, make sure you're subscribed to my newsletter. Just head to morgannutrition.com/newsletter-subscription or click the link in the video notes below. Take care, and I'll see you next time.